My name is Rebecca. I am in my early 30s and I am a novelist. I live with my two elementary school daughters and my husband James, a copywriter and the same age as me. Recently, I'm suffering from my mother-in-law's behavior. She's from a good and rich family and married to a man who is a director of a company. Since she has been spoiled ever since she was born and has done whatever she wanted, she is a nuisance who ranks and one-up everyone around her based on their family background and money, including our family, my parents, and her daughter's family who left her house to marry into her husband's family. And recently, she even started doing this. Rebecca, where do you keep the new body soap? The last one I used was so nice and my skin got smooth, so I want the same one for mine. Bianca, you came to our home again without permission? You and James are both at work today, and Annie and Rachel are away on a school trip, right? I've come to protect your house for you guys. As a thank you gift, I'll take some body soap. You should be thankful. I don't charge you in cash. A home guard? Please stop making jokes. Also, that's our house, so don't take her stuff without permission. I mean, how many times have I told you not to go into her house without permission? This is not only your house, right? It's also James' house, so it's natural for me, his mother, to go in and out. I mean, he gave me a duplicate key, so it's fine. He's warned you many times, hasn't he? He told you that the next time you enter the house without permission, he would confiscate it, right? Oh, really? You always mess up her house and it's really bothering me. Who do you think cleans up after you leave each and every time? When we go on vacation or leave the house for a long period, it's so hard for me to clean it up when I get back. Please don't do anything more to mess the house. Also, this tea and sweets look so good. I'll take some home for my husband. Hey, are you listening to me? I'm listening. You know, Bianca, do you really know what you're doing? Even though you are his mother, it's not right for you to come in without permission when he refuses to let you in. This is trespassing. In other words, it's a crime. Do you understand? You're overreacting. Don't you realize that you're narrow-minded? Oh God, of course you're a wife from a poor family. That has nothing to do with this. You've been so selfish with me with your money and the power from your family, and now you go in without permission and take things from other people's homes? Again, do you understand that this is a crime? Look, I may be your in-law, but I'm still a mother. Don't be stingy. Don't call it a crime. Oh God, I'm so frustrated because you don't understand. Why did James even let this unintelligent, poor girl get into our family? What's that? Now you're frustrated? I'm the one who's frustrated because you don't understand. Shut up, seriously, a poor girl. What? Stop complaining if you're not home right now. I'm the one who's home for the four of you who aren't home. I'm doing my job to protect the house. Do you understand? I'm doing my job. Before you complain, you should pay me. I welcomed a woman like you into my family. Give me a break. You're only supported by your husband and you have never worked in this real world. Don't be so selfish with your parents and your husband's family background and money. Get out now. And you'd better clean up your mess too. Okay, you want me to leave, huh? You're so hopeless, you don't understand. This is why I hate poor people who grew up with a single parent. Recently, when I am away from home on vacation or for leisure, Bianca has started to come and occupy my apartment and use it as a vacation home. No matter how strictly she is warned by her son, she doesn't listen to him, and no matter how much we complain to her husband, he spoils her. Even when I changed the key and made sure the door was locked tightly, she would call a locksmith to open the door for some random reason like, I lost a key. A few days later, she heard a story about my husband and me and made an outrageous demand.
Rebecca, I heard you are going abroad. You're a poor, unsuccessful novelist who depends on James and our money. Do you understand your position?
Huh? What is it this time? I don't have any plans to go abroad now.
There's no point in lying. I heard you built a villa abroad.
Oh, right, but that was a long time ago. I don't go there often, but there is one overseas.
You've really pushed yourself too hard, haven't you? I can't believe you have a villa abroad. It sounds like you're showing it off.
I'm telling you, I didn't build it. I inherited it from my father who passed away.
But I'm sure you still have to pay for the upkeep, right? Or is it in a very inexpensive minor country? Or maybe you inherited a shack in the middle of nowhere in a developing country. That would suit you though, wouldn't it?
No, it's located in Cancun, Mexico.
Cancun? You want to lie and show off that much?
I told you I didn't build it. It was built by my father and mother with money they had saved up for years to make a beautiful memory once a year.
Well, whatever, if you say so. Cancun. I've never been to Cancun because I go to other countries. I've always wanted to go there at least once if possible, and we have a fair amount of money, so I can work it out with my husband. But when it comes to traveling abroad, there's a lot of trouble, you know.
Well, yeah, it's true you need a passport and exchange money.
So, the next time you go abroad, will you let me and my husband come with you?
What?
I heard from James that you are planning to go during the summer vacation starting in 2 weeks. Then it's perfect timing. I'll come along for the ride.
No, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't. We're planning to relax as a family. Besides, we've already booked our flights, so we can't add tickets now.
Huh, what's that? You have the money to buy a villa, but you can't even invite your in-laws? A few extra people staying over is no big deal. You really are stingy.
Don't tell me you're coming too.
Of course, otherwise what's the point of going to Cancun?
I'm sorry, but the villa is not very spacious. It would be difficult for 2 families to stay there.
You and James and the others could book a hotel.
Why would it turn out like that? I could understand if you guys are booking a room.
I'm saying then there's no point going to Cancun. Do you understand English? Should I explain from 1 to 10?
I told you we all can't stay there.
This is your chance to show your in-laws the beautiful ocean of Cancun and be a good daughter-in-law. But you want to keep it all to yourselves. A poor woman from a poor family can't think like that.
Bianca, can't you see I'm really telling you to stop?
I'll help you pay for a plane ticket, so do something with James.
I mean, the size of the house won't change, you know?
I'm the one who came up with the idea and you're denying it, even though you're a lower-ranked wife. Who do you think you are to waste my precious time like you did the other day with the home guard?
You came to our house without permission and you were just angry by yourself the other day. I'm telling you, I can't stay with you no matter what you say. If you insist, I guess the only way is to have separate hotels and flights and meet up there.
This is really why I don't like wives from poor families. Listen, if you don't have money, don't buy a villa. If you can't afford to buy it, at least invite people over. If you can't even invite your parents-in-law, it's a waste of money to have it.
Huh?
Are you being dumb? It's just a common sense. If you can't even do such a thing, you're so unsightly.
You say this, I say that. It's completely out of the question. Anyway, for once, I'd like to spend some quality time with my family, so please stop double booking. Well then, I have some chores to do, so if you'll excuse me now. Bianca's attitude made me feel tired and tired for no reason. Furthermore, one day just before the trip, I received a message from her.
Rebecca, good afternoon. Or good evening. Oops, there's a time difference between Cancun and California. I forgot.
Huh? What? What's wrong? And what do you mean by time difference?
Where do you think I am right now?
How would I know?
Fine, I will tell you. I just arrived in Cancun. I just saw the ocean from the plane. It was beautiful. My husband looks like he's having a great time.
I can't believe you guys are actually coming to Cancun. How many days are you staying? Our schedule might clash with yours.
We haven't decided on how many days, but it's possible that our stay will clash.
Oh.
Well, it's really nice view of the ocean, and I'm sure it's going to be fun. And to be honest, I'm surprised. Even though it's a shabby villa, it looks pretty new and nice, doesn't it? It even has a pool. I thought it would be a shabby shack since it came for a poor family, but surprisingly, you did a good job.
Huh? A swimming pool? A villa? No way.
It's your villa.
What?
When I asked the neighbors that we were visiting as relatives, they told us. People over here are so friendly.
Wait a minute, how in the world could it happen? We are supposed to go to the villa the day after tomorrow.
I know, I'm saying I'll stay here in the meantime.
I didn't give you permission or invite you to use it.
You're not very nice, so I managed myself. I guess a nice house is for upper-class people like us. You don't deserve a villa, even if it's a shabby one.
I'm not talking about shabby or appropriate. You didn't come all the way to Cancun a few days before us just for that, did you?
Of course I did, because I am your mother-in-law. What belongs to you belongs to us. What's wrong with me using it? Besides, the house would cry if you have a villa like this and you don't use it.
It has nothing to do with you. I won't say anything bad, so leave now.
I'm already in here. By the way, the place is really too good for you. Just because you have a villa, do you think you got out of poverty and became a great person? You even got carried away and told me to go home. You should know who you are.
Wow, you really went in there. No matter how much you say, this is another trespassing.
What are you talking about? You invited me in, so I didn't break any laws. Besides, there's no one here, so it doesn't matter.
I didn't invite you. I won't say any more, so get out now.
It's too late. I've already put all my stuff in the house. This villa belongs to me and your father-in-law as of today. I've taken your stuff outside, so please come and collect them soon.
What? You took the stuff out too? All of them? Why did you do that?
Why would I do that? It's because they were in my way. It would ruin the villa if some poor person's poor belongings were left there. I threw them into the yard.
Oh my God.
Now you understand. Once I decide to do something, I do it.
Look, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but that's not our villa.
Huh?
I said it's not our villa. That's the villa of your daughter, Kate, and her family.
Kate's villa? What are you talking about?
I'm just telling you the truth. James and his sister Kate are very close, and we were also close as a family. So when her husband Harry decided to buy a villa to enjoy Cancun with their children, he chose a place close to ours and built it. Our villa doesn't have a pool. Here, this is ours.
Wait, huh? Wait a minute, I don't see what you're talking about.
Oh my God, you really broke in. And on top of that, you took their stuff without permission, throwing them into the yard? Hey, Harry is a lawyer, right? I heard that your daughter got fed up with you and left the house to marry him. If they found out you trespassed, well, they would sue you 100%.
I really don't know what you're talking about. What the hell?
You should have asked the neighbors for more details.
Hey, what have you done? I threw all of her stuff out in the yard.
Yeah, I was surprised. I mean, I know it was just a misunderstanding, but you threw away your own daughter and her family's belongings because they were in the way?
No way. You tricked me. You intentionally made me go into this villa to frame me and my husband for the crime.
How paranoid are you? There's nothing to trick you. Whatever the situation is, Bianca, you did it on your own, just like you trespassed in our house. You stole things from your own son's family without permission. You threw away your own daughter's belongings because they were in the way. How can I be a good girl if you're like this?
Tell me the address of the real villa right now. Where is it?
Wow, you're scary.
If you don't tell me, I'll ask James.
He's tired of your trespassing and doing whatever you want, so there's no way he'll tell you.
Hey, tell me this is not true. I'm suddenly scared and couldn't even tell my husband.
Oops, you're in trouble. Anyway, why are you so obsessed with harassing me?
It's because you don't behave well. Don't talk nonsense to me if you were born in a poor family. You are just a poor lady who has no choice but to be fed up by James and our noble family.
I'm being fed? I didn't tell you my annual income, did I?
I heard it from him.
Then I think you heard only his income. Our incomes are about the same.
Huh? Rebecca, you don't work. How are you earning money when you're unemployed and stuck at home all the time?
I'm a novelist. I can work from anywhere with just one computer. So I work from home. We're both working in different places and different environments. I have been telling you this for a while now, but you don't listen to anything that's inconvenient for you. You've assumed that I'm unemployed, but I'm working, you know.
Seriously? Then it's twice as what I heard.
I guess so.
Oh no.
Since you're there in Cancun, why don't you enjoy at that villa just like you did before instead of worrying about us? Well, the police might come before you relax though. I've already contacted your daughter and her husband from my side.
Don't be silly. Do something. Help me. There must be some way. Help me, Rebecca.
Now you're a real criminal, aren't you? There's nothing I can do. I feel sorry for you. After that, I heard that Bianca left her husband and tried to run away alone. However, she was too late to run away because she had brought her belongings to the villa with the intention of turning it into a complete villa. In addition, he found her trying to run away and she dropped her phone and he saw the screen. There was a conversation between her and me, so it became a big problem, and the local residents heard the commotion and saw the stuff dumped in front of the villa. They called the police and they were caught red-handed on suspicion of trespassing. Of course, Kate and Harry were furious about this. She told her parents that she would break off the relationship, and she filed a claim for a large sum of money for damages. After that, although they managed to return back to their town, this incident became a rumor in the neighborhood. And because of this, they were not on good terms and they had to pay for the damages and go through a very horrible summer in the court. We, on the other hand, enjoyed our vacation in Cancun and are living peacefully.
Eric? Are you there? We need to talk. Why did I only get $5 for this month's child support payment? What's going on? You promised to send me $200 a month. Are you in some kind of trouble? This is your duty as a father, so I'd appreciate if you'd stop screwing me around and actually pay the amount you said you would.
Sup, Joanne? I'm guessing you checked your bank balance.
Duh. Why do you think I'm messaging you? We might have been divorced for 5 years now, but that doesn't change the fact that you're Fonzie's father. And it doesn't change the fact that you have obligations to fulfill to him. If you don't start fulfilling those obligations properly, you and I are going to have issues.
No heckin' way. This ain't fair at all. It's not like I'm the one raising Fonzie, is it? Why should I give you all that money for him when I'm hardly even involved? I only see him a few times a month. It makes no sense for me to pay that much.
Excuse me? Are you for real right now?
To be honest, I thought it was bullcrap from the get-go, but I ignored my better judgment and carried on paying the full amount for years because I was scared you would stop playing games with visitation rights. You know what? I'm not going to take it anymore. $5 a month is more than enough child support money. You're the one who divorced me. Raising the kid is your responsibility.
Oh my God, Eric, are you being serious right now? Like, are you actually being serious right now? You genuinely believe $5 child support a month is enough?
Are you dumb? This ain't a question of whether it's enough or not. This is a question of why the heck I have any obligation to pay you child support in the first place, considering you're the one who divorced me.
I divorced you because you cheated on me, you doofus. Jesus. Do you want us to drag all that old crap up again? Besides, the child support money isn't for me. The clue's in the name. It's for Fonzie. He has a right to that money. You're supposed to be paying $200 a month in child support to fulfill your obligations as Fonzie's father.
What's the point? If you're the one who spends it, I don't see how it's helping Fonzie. You're just using him as a tool to get your grubby mitts on my cash.
What am I supposed to do? Give it to him? He's 7 years old, you idiot! You've been paying me the money into a bank account I made especially for this purpose for the last 5 years. I spend all of it on Fonzie with utmost consideration for his needs at all times.
I wonder. Are you really telling the truth? I'm not convinced. You hear stories all the time about struggling single mothers spending all their kids' child support on themselves. It wouldn't surprise me one heckin' bit if that turned out you were doing the same thing. Single mothers are all the same, after all. Everyone knows you're a blight on society.
Wow, because that's not prejudiced. Jesus, Eric, you're unreal. Fine, if you don't trust me, how about I show you my receipts? I've been keeping everything just in case you ever complained about this exact kind of thing. So if you want to see them, I'm ready.
I ain't got the time to look at your frickin' receipts. Do I look like a bank clerk? Look, bottom line is, the child support payments will be going down to $5 a month from here on out. That will be all.
Oh, no you don't. Wait a sec. You don't just get to decide the conversation's over when I'm not done speaking to you. We made an official agreement at the time of the divorce, so you don't have the right to reduce the payments without my consent. You sent me another $5 again this month. Eric, you seriously need to cut this crap out. If you insist on continuing with this absurd behavior, I'll have no choice but to take extreme measures.
What's that supposed to mean? You wouldn't be able to take an extreme measure if it hit you in the face.
Oh, you really think so? Well, then go ahead and try me. It means speaking to my lawyer again and having it arranged that the money be taken from you through other means. such as, oh, I don't know, having it seized directly out of your salary.
Directly seized? Sorry, babe, but that ain't gonna happen.
What makes you so sure?
Yeah, that's a personal question. And a severe invasion of my privacy, so... I'm sorry, Sugar Tits, but I can't answer that.
You have a warped view on rights when you can't answer a simple question, but have no issue with denying your son the right to his child support.
Like I said, I'm not the one raising the brat, so you should be grateful. You're even getting $5.
If there are circumstances making it difficult for you to pay the full amount, then you should just say so. If you have something going on in your life that can't be helped, then I'd be willing to consider a temporary reduction. But we're never going to go anywhere if you keep playing these stupid games with me.
Circumstances? Nah. It's plain sailing on my end, babe. The bottom line is, the child support payments will be continuing at $5 a month forever. See ya.
Hey, wait! Hey, Joanne, it's been a while. It's Eric's sister, Anna. Huh? Anna? I hope you're doing okay. Sure, I'm alright. I hope you're doing okay, too. Things sure were chaotic back while the divorce was going on. Thanks so much for having my back then, babe. You really have no idea how much it meant to me. It's fine, really. The whole thing was all my idiot brother's fault to begin with, so of course I was gonna have your back. Anyway, about why I messaged you today. My idiot brother wouldn't happen to have done anything else idiotic lately, would he? How do you mean? For example, anything to do with the child support? Well, actually, now that you mention it... God damn it. I'm impressed. You always were pretty darn perceptive, Anna. Would you mind telling me exactly what he's doing? Alright, well, starting last month, he took it upon himself to reduce the child support payments to $5 a month. $5? It was supposed to be $200 a month, right? Right. Up until last month, we never really spoke at all, but he'd been paying me the full $200 on time every month without issue. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he boldly declares that he's reducing it to $5 a month without going through any official procedures, without going through my lawyer, and completely without my consent. Wow, I see. Did something happen on your end? How did you know something was going on? Well, I'm not sure exactly how to tell you this, but here's what happened. I'm not sure whether it was my mom or my dad, but anyway, up until recently, one of them had been dragging my lazy-ass brother to the bank every month. That way, they could confirm beyond any doubt that he was, in fact, paying the child support like he was supposed to. Wow, really? Yes. Damn. So they've been going out of their way to help me behind the scenes these last 5 years? I feel kind of guilty. Wait, what do you mean, until recently? Well, my mom and dad were involved in a car accident the day before last month's child support payment. Oh my God, no way! Are they both okay? They're a little scratched, bruised, and shaken up, but there's no danger to their lives. They're both staying in hospital for the time being, but the doctors are pretty confident they won't suffer any ill effects from the accident. Phew, well, I'm really pleased to hear that. However, the problem is, my mom and dad being stuck in hospital beds means there's no one to supervise my idiot brother and make sure he paid the child support. I'd love to help out if I could, but I live a long way away with my husband, so it'd be difficult for me to take over in my parents' absence. I see. So Eric's sudden $5 a month declaration is actually him taking advantage of the situation with your mom and dad's car accident? I'm so sorry, Anna. I know this is probably the last thing you needed on your plate. Whoa, now, take that back. You don't have a thing to apologize for, babe. I finally understand what's happening now. Thanks so much for letting me know. Don't mention it. Anyway, as for what we do next, my mom and dad said they want to speak to you about something. Huh? Me? What could it be? I can only apologize in advance for the inconvenience, but would you mind heading down to the Herbert Hoover General Hospital to see them on your next day off? I'll cover your transportation costs and your hotel if you need to stay the night. Oh, it's fine. Don't worry about that. I can cover everything. Eric won't be at the hospital when I arrive, will he? No, of course not. All right, well, in that case, I'll head down to see them on Sunday, and they can talk to me about whatever they want then. Sunday? All right, got it. I'll let you know my time of arrival closer to the day. Great, thanks a bunch, Joanne. Sorry again for the trouble.
Hey, Joanne. Remember how you were bitching and whining about my $5 a month child support contributions? Well, it just so happens I have some good news to announce. I'm willing to bump it back up to $200 a month. If you marry me again.
I take it that means you'll only be putting $200 into the household every month?
You're working. What's wrong with that? $200 is more than enough.
Not even close. Be honest, Eric. The only reason you're messaging me with this crap is because you got fired recently and are currently juggling several part-time jobs in an attempt to make up for the massive blow that got dealt to your income.
Huh?
Besides, you're nothing but talk. It's always the same with you. I bet you'd stop contributing even the $200 once you got comfortable.
No way. That's not true.
How can I trust anything you say? Your word means nothing ever since you broke your promise on the child support and took it upon yourself to drop it down to $5 a month. I mean, why did you get it? You're in a desperate financial situation and will stop at nothing to claw back any money you can. You used your parents' car accident as an opportunity to reduce the child support payments to the paltry sum of $5 a month. Now you have the nerve to say you'll bump it back up to $200 if I remarry you? Does your arrogance know no bounds? Was this the plan all along? To try and make me suffer by cutting the payments before giving me an in to get the money back by marrying you again so you could leech off me and do nothing around the house all day just like the good old days? I'm sure that had your plot succeeded, you would have done your utmost to force me to work more hours than ever before to fund your pathetic, worthless existence.
No way. It's not like that.
There was just one little problem with your master plan. I make far too much money for cutting the child support to make me desperate enough to marry you again.
Seriously? Huh. Wait a sec. How the hell do you know so much about my situation?
Wow, you noticed. Maybe you're not as much of a pea-brained moron as I thought you were. Anyway, you'll have to excuse me. I just arrived at the hospital to visit your parents.
What?
I'm with your sister, Anna.
What the heck is going on?
She told me all about the situation with your mom and dad, and suddenly your crazy behavior surrounding the child support suddenly makes perfect sense.
Oh my god. What the heck? You're all ganging up on me behind my back.
Stick your child support payments up your ass.
Wow. Really? You mean I don't have to pay?
Yep.
Like seriously? Like, really?
The downside is that you'll never see your son Fonzie again. But as long as that's fine with you, we can go ahead with 0 child support.
Sure. Yeah, that works for me. Okay. Let's do it. Yeehaw!
Understood. Your mom and dad will fill you in on the rest.
Woohoo! Talk about hitting the frickin' jackpot. My life is about to get so much easier. Hey, bitch. Is that what you meant by me not having to pay child support anymore? My goddamn parents agreed to give Fonzie my frickin' inheritance money in return? Give me back my money. Now.
It's not your money anymore.
But it should have been mine. It belonged to me originally. Tell Fonzie to waive his right to the inheritance.
It's too late, Eric. The procedures have already begun.
Not my problem. Undo it. Now. Tell Fonzie to relinquish his right to the inheritance now.
He's a 7-year-old child.
Age has nothing to do with this, bitch.
Why not use this as an opportunity to self-reflect instead of swearing at me like some demented old man? This obviously would never have happened if you hadn't been such a blithering moron that you thought it was actually acceptable to reduce the child support payments to $5 a month.
Yeah, my money. My money!
Anyway, don't you have bigger things to worry about right now?
What are you talking about?
Isn't the young girl at your workplace filing charges against you for stalking her?
Huh?
I got a phone call from her parents explaining how the middle-aged dad at the milkshake cafe where their daughter works has been following her home and loitering outside their house with a pair of binoculars every day. They were worried taking you to court and potentially having you thrown in jail might have negative consequences for our son, but I assured them you have nothing to do with Fonzie and that my fiancé has plans to adopt him soon.
What? Your fiancé? You've been cheating on me this whole time?
I met him after we divorced. Don't lump me in the same category of a scumbag as you.
What, did you just call me bitch?
This is the last time we'll ever speak. Because I'm going to block you very soon.
Huh?
I kept you unblocked in case we ever needed to discuss Fonzie, but it looks like there's no danger of that anymore.
Hey, wait, no.
Like I just told you, I have plans to get married soon. An irritating jerk making my phone blow up with notifications is the last thing I need on my plate when I have a wedding to plan. If you desperately need to discuss something with me, you're welcome to contact me through the lawyer we used during the divorce.
Joanne, you listen here, bitch. Who the fuck do you think you are?
All right, I think it's time to block you now. Apparently, Eric tried to launch an assault on his mom and dad's hospital ward after that. But they could read their son like a book, and they'd already requested that hospital security refuse him entry in advance. Hilariously, he walked away gritting his teeth after vainly huffing and puffing at them until the hospital director came out and threatened to call the police. Unbeknownst to him, Eric's dad had been going through the procedures to sell their house ever since he found out about the stunt he pulled with the child support. By the time he found out, the house was already sold. With that, Eric was officially homeless. However, he still had a major problem. He had to come up with the compensation he now owed the girl he'd been stalking at work. In a stroke of miraculous luck, he managed to land himself a job at a factory where the manager agreed to let him live inside a storage shed on the premises. It may seem like things were going surprisingly well for my ex-husband, given the circumstances, but that was where his luck ran out and his nightmare began. It turned out the factory he landed a job at was notorious for exploiting its employees. He's currently working like a dog to pay back all of the debt he owes. Last I heard, his power-tripping manager only lets him sleep in the shed for 4 hours per day, forcing him to work the other 20 without breaks. I know it sounds rough, but look on the bright side. At least he's too busy to bug me anymore. It really is true what they say, huh? What goes around comes around, so be nice, folks.